We all know that Dusty's friends told him about the bad news that they didn't find the gearbox he needed. But they could have waited until he returned home to tell him instead of telling him right away. And if they did that, Dusty wouldn't have been distracted by his bad news. And if he wasn't distracted, he wouldn't have dropped all his fire retardant. And if he didn't, he wouldn't have tried to reload on the lake. And if he didn't, he wouldn't have had to float through the river, forcing Blade to try and rescue him. And if he didn't, he and Blade wouldn't have been stuck. And if they weren't stuck, they wouldn't have been arguing about about him wanting to be a firefighter. And if they weren't, Dusty wouldn't have told Blade about his broken gearbox. Well, he still told him. And if they weren't stuck, they wouldn't have had to hide in an old mine. If they weren't stuck, Blade wouldn't have had to block the entrance. If he wasn't damaged, he would still be able to fly. And if he was able to fly, he never would have crashed, but he did. So the reason why Blade Ranger crashed was because Dusty's friends told him about their bad news too soon.